The locals do not talk about Vang. It is a place that does not exist on modern maps. An abandoned colonial town tucked deep, deep into the Vietnamese highlands. To get there, you must drive through the ancient pine forests until the asphalt turns to dirt, and the dirt turns to deep, black mud. The fog up there does not just roll in. It crawls. It moves against the wind like it has a purpose. I rented a room in a rotting, French-era homestay at the edge of the woods. The air inside smelled of damp wood, wet ash, and something sweet, like old, rotting fruit. The caretaker was an old man missing 2 fingers on his left hand. He gave me the iron key to my room, and one rule. He leaned in, his voice dropping to a whisper. When the sun sets, lock the heavy wooden shutters. And if you hear someone outside calling your name, do not look at the glass. I laughed it off. Just local superstition, I thought. I was so wrong. It was 2 a.m. The rain had been drumming a relentless rhythm on the tin roof. Then, without warning, the drumming stopped. Everything stopped. The wind died. The insects went dead silent. The sudden quiet was deafening. I lay perfectly still in the dark, listening, waiting. Then I heard it. It was coming from the window on the 2nd floor. A slow, agonizing scrape against the glass. I told myself it was just a branch. But there are no trees near that side of the house. The nearest branch is 50 feet away. I pulled the heavy wool blanket up to my chin. My heart was pounding so hard, I thought my ribs would crack. Then the whispering started. It seeped through the cracks in the old wooden frame. It was faint at first, but the voice was impossible. David, it whispered. It was my mother's voice. The exact gentle, soothing tone she used when I was a child. But my mother has been dead for 12 years. David, the voice pleaded, trembling with an unnatural cold. Please, let me in. It is so cold out here in the mist. My hands are bleeding, David. A tear rolled down my cheek. The mimicry was flawless. The cadence, the breath, the sorrow, it was exactly her. But beneath the warmth of her voice, there was a wet, clicking sound in the back of its throat. I know you are awake, the thing outside whispered. I can hear your blood. The voice began to distort. It dropped an octave, the human warmth melting away into something hollow and ancient. Look at me, it hissed. I closed my eyes so tight they burned. I repeated the caretaker's rule in my head. Do not look at the glass. Do not look at the glass. Look at me, the voice screamed. The heavy iron latch on the window slowly began to slide upward. It was opening the window from the outside. A blast of freezing, foul-smelling fog poured into the bedroom. The temperature plummeted. I could see my own breath in the pitch black. I couldn't help it. My eyes snapped open. I looked. Silhouetted against the pale moonlight was a towering figure. It was impossibly tall, its limbs too long, folding into the room like a spider. It wore a wide, woven hat, but underneath it, there was no face, just a pale, smooth expanse of gray flesh, and a mouth filled with rows of needle-like teeth. It crawled through the window frame, its bones cracking and popping with every disjointed movement. It stood at the foot of my bed. The room was perfectly silent again, save for the wet dripping of the fog off its pale skin. It tilted its head at an impossible angle, and in my mother's voice, it whispered, "I found you."